effort was there that last 10 minutes, just kind of too much of a lead to overcome?
Yeah, our approach out of the gate was not as good as it needs to be against a team that played as well as Kentucky. They're certainly very, very talented. And, tonight I thought they were in control of the game from the start. We got off to a slow start, took some ill-advised shots by you-know-who, and then all of a sudden we allowed them to run out. Kind of battled back. I think maybe it was tied at 8 or 10, kind of got our feet under us a little bit and couldn't sustain anything defensively. You know, the rebounding woes, I'm really at a loss. You'd be amazed at the emails I get or people ask, do you guys do blockout drills? Actually we do. I mean, I've coached a few hundred games. I mean, I realize what the problem is. My problem is I can't do much about it right now. I'm going to work on that.
What's the difference did Martavius make? He kind of give you a lift there.
I thought he gave us great energy. Here's a guy that was supposed to be out, I think, 4 to 5 weeks, was out about 3, practiced for the first time yesterday. I had zero intention of putting him in the game. But I'm just looking for life. I'm just looking for some life, some fight. And he gave us some fight.
Was there anything that fueled the comeback in the second half? Any defensive pressure?
Kentucky boredom, maybe, youth. Maybe they got bored. I don't know. We made a couple shots, and got them going a little faster at times. You know, they did turn it over 19 times because we couldn't stop them. And then when we did get them to miss, it was the same thing that, Jerry, you saw in Rupp and I saw in Rupp. They just go and get it. And you know, my guys are saying, oh, this, that. I mean, we're just not tough enough physically to put our nose in there and battle. And as a coach, when you're saying that at the end of February, it's pretty sobering, pretty disappointing. My fault.
Did you think you guys could have taken better advantage of the matchups out there, switching over screens?
Yeah, you know, we know we were going to do. That's what they did before. And we hit the slip guy a number of times. But you've seen most every game we've played, we can't score at the basket. You know, sometimes it's even a victory to get a shot. We fall. How many layups have we missed? It's not a funeral. You can laugh. I mean, it's serious. I mean, I don't know what to do. We made the right read, then we have to make the play. It's one thing to make the right read, then you got to make the play. When you got Julius Randle and, you know, not only is Cal a great coach and he puts them in a position to be successful, but sometimes they don't have to make the right read, and they're going to go make plays. I thought for a number of times, you know, Marshall's going to be Marshall, 5 for 17. In his career now, he's 16 for 54 against Kentucky. That's why he's 0-3. You know, that doesn't bode well. So Marshall's going to be Marshall, but I thought for the rest of us, I thought we were taking pretty good looks. We just can't get anything at the basket. And, you know, we're 26 games into this, and it has not changed. Our front court field goal percentage is around 40% in league play. Sobering.
It seemed like you had several times where you had point-blank layups.
You've only seen us twice, Jerry. It's the same in the other 24. I'm not calling any. I didn't call any names. You know, you can't criticize a student athlete. But we got to make layups.
You mentioned that you know what it is. You've obviously practiced the drill. Is it something that obviously has to be addressed in recruiting?
Thank you. You said it.
Anything else?
Andy, how tough is Kentucky, they, especially in the first half, making threes from some guys that normally don't make them?
Yeah.
How tough are they to handle when they're making those shots in addition to the board stuff?
I think they're really good defensively. And, again, you know, they lost some concentration a little bit. I did think we sped them up, so they turned it over, you know, going back to your earlier question of the run. But offensively, they're really big and they're long, as you know. And so we're not very big and we're not very long and we're not very athletic on our perimeter. So we're just trying to gap them and keep them in front of us as best we can. And then when they start making shots, even though the plan doesn't change, my goal was if Kentucky's going to beat us, let's make them make 23-pointers. Everybody stay in the lane. But human nature is after you make one or two, you get extended a little bit, and now all of a sudden they do what they do. And then the demoralizing thing, and I thought after I see the tape I'll be able to confirm this, but from my vantage point, the demoralizing thing in the first half was when we did get first shot stops, they just get every rebound. And I'll have to go back and look. Is it simply because mano-a-mano they're superior, or is our effort not as good as it needs to be? I don't know how much more that we can emphasize it, quite frankly. We'll continue to emphasize it. And my hope is that some guys will accept some responsibility and play to what we believe their potential is.
What did you think that effort was from your front court tonight? Typically, you guys have been a lot better at home.
Yeah, typically, exactly. And we went in. Our challenge to them, we were 5-0 prior to tonight in this building, and we were averaging 80 points per game. We were even on the glass, which is a huge victory for us in the building in SEC play. We're 45 from the floor, 42 from 375 off the line. Was that realistic to be able to do that against Kentucky? I didn't know, but we'd done it. That was our standard. That wasn't a goal that I set. That was the standard that we had set through 5 games. So that's what we challenged them to do. I mean, that's where we had to play to give ourselves a chance tonight. Obviously, we failed in that department. And then, for Kentucky to shoot it as well as they did, 52%, transition D, coming up when you're not supposed to, then not coming up when you're supposed to, and some of the trapping things that we were forced to do just to try to create some turnovers.
Andy Jarvis looked more productive tonight. Did you talk about his?
He was just aggressive. He cares, man. He's a competitor. That kid's a warrior. He tweaked his ankle a little bit. It's a grind for him because I'm playing him heavy minutes. I had to take him out for that, but he's a competitor. You can never question Jarvis Summers in any regard. I just need some other guys on board. We've talked about it, and for us to have an opportunity to win any other games, to win another game this year, we've got to get contributions out of other people. And when we do that, we've shown capable. But when we don't, not enough bullets in the gun.
Coach,
Yes.
you have another top 10 team coming in here on Saturday. How do you get the guys regrouped for the Gators?
Well, you've got to try to move forward as quickly as possible and hope that you learn some lessons tonight. That's what you hope. And you hope that you can come out. When you see the ball go in the basket early, it'll do amazing things to you. I think Kentucky was the beneficiary of that tonight. They made shots early, and they played with a lot of pop, more so than they really have in a lot of road games. They were certainly coming in with a back-to-the-wall mentality after, losing at home on Saturday. And that's a tribute to Cal and that young team to be able to bounce back as quickly from a disappointing loss and play as well as they did early. But I think a lot of it, again, was because they made shots. And when you make shots, it gives you energy. And it was deflating to us, our inability to score, and they obviously were doing what they wanted offensively. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.